All right, fans of the Unofficial Commentators, I want to welcome you to a special edition. We call this Sneakerpod, Unofficial Commentators. So, Sneakerpod is a project that I'm very passionate about. I've been trying to get this off the ground a couple of times, and at this point, I feel like it's almost cursed, man. I mean, I've tried so many times, and if it's not a sound issue, it's a video issue. But I'm very grateful for my two co-hosts, man. They stuck with it. Every time we do it, they come back and sit through it, even though I've wasted their time so many times. But this is it, man. This is the one. We're going to get it right this time. And after we get it right, I feel like it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship, a beautiful partnership. And fans, I hope you enjoy what we're trying to do here with a Sneaker Pod. Speaking of my co-host today, I have my compadre, Dagoberto. I don't know where he shows up on the screen, but for me, he's over there. And I have my cousin and everyone else's cousin Juan, over on this side. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some of the sneakers, some of the shoes that are currently featured in the NBA playoffs. And kind of the starting point on this and why we decided to do it at this point is we wanted to kind of ride the wave of the Lonzo Ball shoe. Lonzo Ball, who, by the way, is a prominent or feature pick in the NBA draft, in the upcoming NBA draft. And yeah, that just happened. The lottery happened. We know who's going to pick where, so we just have to see where he's going to end up and how that may affect his sneaker sales. So, guys, just introduce yourself to the public real quick before we get into the actual shoes we're going to review.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm El Compadre. That's pretty much. I've been waiting a long time for the Sneaker Pod, so let's get to it.
All right.
This, cousin Juan, aka Solo Domingo. So we just here trying to get this sneaker podcast going.
Let's create a Sneaker Pod fan base. All right,
Right.
so we're going to start with one of the smaller players in the sneaker game that are quickly becoming one of the up-and-comers. It's the Under Armour Curry 3.0. The Curry 3.0 features reinforced mesh upper with incredibly light, breathable support, an open-hold mesh tongue construction for enhanced ventilation, adjustable heel stability system which keep the foot locked in place, abrasion-resistant TPU toe cap, protects against toe drag and increased durability, antimicrobial ortholite sock liner so you prevent mold and stinky feet, and a dual density midsole combination of Micro G. Micro G is like the is what Nike calls Zoom, but in Under Armour they call it Micro G foam with charged cushioning that's under the heel. The Metawing TPU shank provides a locked-in stability through the heel, arc, and forefoot, and the outsole features signature detailed traction pattern for maximum floor control and grip. So what they're talking about there with the outsole is, if you look at the bottom of the shoe, it has a lot of like dents in every direction, so that it gives you the opportunity to kind of turn in every direction and keep stable no matter which way you decide to go, and you can make quick cuts on it, quick turns. In terms of the shoe's look, not so much the design. Cousin Juan, what you got to say about the Curry 3.0?
I'm not a real big fan of the sneaker. Not a big fan of the player's height, but he got game. So shout out to him. But the sneakers, I wouldn't pay what they retailed for. If they were given to me, I would definitely play ball in them. And as long as speaking fashion-wise, I wouldn't wear them in the street. But
Nope.
I'll probably play ball in them if they were given to me. I don't think I'll pay that retail price.
Interesting. The retail price is $119.99. I do want to mention, though, that the Curry 3.0 is kind of a shoe that came out for the playoffs. There was a Curry 3. This is a slightly different look. This is the one that has the parachute design. It's the back or the heel of the shoe, the part that leans on the back of your foot. It moves in a way like the parachute cord would move when you pull it. So it moves while it's laced up, and you have the freedom to move your ankle around, but it still keeps your foot in place. Probably that's something that the player himself, Stephen Curry, insisted on, being that he's had problems with his ankles in the past. Dago, what do you think about the Curry 3.0?
I think the Curry 3.0 is orthopedic shoe, and I don't mean it in the bad looking way. I mean it was made specifically for playing ball. It doesn't look like a shoe that you would play that you would go out with, like Cousin Juan said. It's a shoe that adjusts to your feet and to your ankles. It protects them. It allows you to cut wherever you need to cut. So it's made for like I would say a speedy player with excellent handles. I would say. I mean, it's made for Curry, so it figures. But it's a shoe that you would most definitely play ball with. But it's not a shoe that I would go out on the street with. It's not a looker. It's a fine shoe. I would say that it's not something that will wow.
Did you call it a fine shoe?
Yeah, it's a fine shoe.
What kind of 1980 reference is? Not even. That's like a 1950 reference. it's a fine shoe, worn by a fine Christian
What I meant
gentleman.
to say is that an okay looking shoe. It's not something that'll, catch your eye or anything.
I think it looks like an orthopedic shoe in the bad way. It looks like something an 80-year-old would wear. He came off of the Curry 2. Remember when they did that colorway that was all white and looked like a nurse shoe?
Oh my God! You should see the memes on it.
Yeah, man. It looked like it was designed to be worn with khakis by middle-aged white males. And then they come off and make this round, clunky-looking piece of crap. If you look at it from the top, the laces, they're kind of like angled outward. And I always hate the way that shoes look from the top. Like, you see them in the store, right? And usually they put them against the wall, and the angle you get to look at it is from the side. And it's something you like. You're like, damn, that looks interesting. I like the shoe, right? You put them on, and then let's say you're wearing a pair of jeans. You let the jeans drop on them, and you go like, damn, these really look kind of stupid when I look at them from the top. And the Curry shoe, man, it looks all kinds of sloppy. It looks like it was designed by a 5-year-old. What is the purpose of making the top of that shoe, angle outward? It does absolutely nothing for the look or the performance of the shoe. One of the things I want to do is, after we discuss these shoes, let's say I gave you the budget, man. You have the money to spend on this Curry shoe. Do you cop it? Do you drop it? Do you wait for it to go on sale in a bargain bin? What do you do with this, Dago? Cop or drop?
Bargain bin. I wait for the bargain bin. I'm not gonna pay retail for the shoe. Not at all.
I think Cousin Juan already gave his answer, but what do you say? Cop or drop?
Drop.
Dropping that bullshit. I would not buy this shoe. The only way that I would wear it is if I'm playing on some kind of senior basketball team and they decided to donate it to the whole team, because it had some kind of weird colorway that matches our uniforms. By the way, the colorways that are out on it are absolutely terrible. That Golden State Warrior blue only matches that Golden State Warrior jersey. It does not look good with absolutely anything. It's a tick over royal blue, so it's not navy blue. I don't know what the hell you're going to wear it with unless you're rocking a Steph Curry jersey out on the street. The next shoe that I'm going to talk about, or that we're going to talk about, sorry guys, I didn't mean to exclude you, is the Air Jordan XXXI PE. That's the 31 PE, the Klaw. It is currently being sported, well, not really, because it would have been sported by Kawhi Leonard, but right now he's in dress shoes, dressed up in a suit and tie. I don't think he wears a tie.
Thank you, Zaza. Thank you very much, Zaza.
Over on the Bizench. But he will be back, and when he does, he'll be wearing the Air Jordan 31s. Those are the ones you saw him twist his ankle in twice, not once, but twice. Once against the Rockets, and again now against the Warriors.
That's not a good way to promote it.
No.
The Air Jordan 31 delivers maximum responsiveness and enhanced cushioning to help keep your quick comfortable during the game's most explosive moments. Flight speed technology evenly distributes compression of your foot over the full length of a Nike Zoom Air unit, maximizing the spring-back response for more explosive step. It has flexible support, a synthetic leather heel, and flexible fly-weave forefoot join seamlessly. That's when you look at the shoe, the back looks like it's leathery, but then the front looks like it's made of like cloth, allowing your foot to move naturally while remaining supported during quick cuts and transitions. The inner sleeve wraps your foot in a personalized fit, while the foam pods in the heel provide extra cushioning when you land. It has flywire cables to wrap your midfoot for a locked-in fit. The outsole is made out of solid, durable rubber. The design elements recall a lot of the original Jordans, so this is a throwback in a sense of the first Jordans because it features the Nike check. It features that old Wings logo that they had removed from the Jordan. They replaced it later with the Jumpman, but this one brings it back. And it looks like, a futurized version of the Air Jordan 1. So,
Yeah.
Dago, what do you think of the Air Jordan 31 PE, the Klaw? The specific of the Klaw is that it has the logo that was designed for Kawhi
Or
Leonard,
five.
which is his initials kind of in a big claw shape, right? And it's meant to represent that he has incredible defense and also that when he palms the ball, it looks like he's holding a tennis ball.
Yeah.
What's your impression of the Air Jordan 31, Dago?
It's a great looking shoe. I like it that it's throwback. It looks like what Ford did with the Mustang a couple of years ago, where they modeled the car after the old version. It looks pretty cool. It looks like you could wear it on the court as well as on the street with some shorts and with some jeans. There are some colorways like the band one. They look great. It's an appealing looking shoe. It's great. I love it.
I'll probably upload the band one, but the band one is not the Kawhi. Kawhi is more of a black and white with silver accents,
Oh, I
and
know, I know.
but the band colorway is the black and red. Cousin Juan, what do you think of the Air Jordan 31s, the Kawhis?
I actually like them. Like that was spoke about when you described. They got a retro feel. They got a retro look, like modernized. They like the modernized the ones basically. I like the scheme behind it. I like the story behind it. It happens to be the 31s, so it's dope. Like Dago mentioned, I like the band colors. But we're speaking about the Kawhi version. I also like those. I
Have
think it like
you walked into a store and run into these sneakers? I don't see them anywhere. Like, where are they selling the 31s?
that's the
Uh,
thing. They're not a big hype. They're not a big hype sneaker, so you're not seeing them much. You'll see them at main stores like a Foot
yeah.
Locker, Foot Action, Finish Line, Champs, places
It,
like that.
it, it doesn't help that this is not the only version of the 31s. I mean, Jordan came out with the 30s, and then a couple of versions have come out. Like, for example, Russell Westbrook has a version of the 31s. I think
Let's go.
UNC has a version of the 31s as well. Hawaii has a version of the 31s. So
Yeah,
it's a lot of versions, and
yeah,
probably the main ones
Jordan.
in Nike and in Foot Locker.
Yeah, Jordan sponsors a lot of the teams and players are under in his brand. So there's so many colorways and so many versions to see.
Yeah, but so many colorways and so many versions, and you don't see them in regular stores, right? So who the hell is buying these? Like, why am I not seeing people rocking these out on the street? Uh,
College players,
no, they're not buying them. They're getting them, as comps, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but
I,
it's part of the
I,
plan. It's part of the
I,
plan. Hey,
I think it's a premium shoe, so you would only get it like a Nike Town store or a Foot Locker in a upscale place or something like that. Because it's a really pricey shoe, man.
Yeah,
Well, to
that's
to me, it's not even pricier than the retros, so it just kind of follows the line of what Jordan retails for. I don't think I would like this shoe. I haven't tried it on personally, but um, I'm reading here that it has that flyer wire cables to wrap your midfoot. I have other Jordans that look clothy on the outside, and then they have the fly wire inside those cable wraps, and
Yeah.
I can't bear to wear those for the whole day, man. Like I have a wide foot. I think cousin Juan can relate. Like basically all my toes are the same size, so they run up to the same point of the shoe, and they just kind of get jammed there. And if I'm wrapping all those toes by this flyer wire crap, like in a good 3 hours, I'm ready to take those off and fling them out the window.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and it doesn't look like a shoe that a person with white feet would wear. It looks like a shoe that people with, like, I would say normal looking feet. I have white feet too, but
What the hell's
I
a
don't
normal
think,
looking foot, you bastard?
not yours,
Narrow.
not yours. But I think I agree with you. I don't think I would wear those shoes specifically because I have the same problem as you do. But they look great. I mean, their appeal is cool, and the different colorways. Especially there's a black and royal blue, but not everything is royal blue. It's like the Jumpman logo is royal blue, and I think the swoosh, it looks beautiful. A beautiful looking shoe.
All right, well, at $185, Cousin Juan, copper drop.
Cop.
Oh, Dago, copper drop.
Cop.
All right, well, I think that Jordan has not nailed one after the Air Jordan 20s. Everything else has been kind of hit or miss. This is about as close as a Jordan that I'd be interested in buying after the 20s. But for 185 and for a shoe that I don't especially see the appeal in, it doesn't really have a history. Jordan himself hasn't worn it, and for that price, I could probably get retros that I like more. I choose to pass on these. I would drop them. I would not buy the Air Jordan 31s. But I'm outnumbered here. It seems like the majority does like, and given the budget, they would buy the Air Jordan 31s. All right, we're going to move on to our next model. It's the Adidas Harden Volume 1. The history behind the Harden Volume 1, at least the initial colorway, which is black with a white toe. It says, before winning awards as a pro, James Harden was a California state champion. These basketball shoes take it back to 2007 when he led his Arizona high school team to the state title. Low cut for speed, these shoes wake the game up with a black knit upper accented with red and white high school colors. They feature energy returning boost, which is trademarked by Adidas, plus a supportive midsole wrap. Stats from his senior final game are detailed in the sock liner, so you'll see some of his stats of his senior year. It features the boost, like we said, for more responsive cushioning, the wraparound tongue construction for a lockdown fit, TPU midsole wrap for added stability, comfortable textile linings. It has the 3 Adidas stripes are featured on the heel. Exclusive to James Harden. The ultimate grip on the court. The rubber sole is engineered tread pattern inspired by geometric Fibonacci sequence. Say that shit 5 times fast. Fibonacci sequence. So you've got a chance to look at the Harden shoe. What do you think about it, Cousin Juan?
Big fan of James Harden. Not a big fan of the shoe. I wouldn't cop these. I would play ball in these.
Would you now? What do you find about them in terms of playing ball in that you find is more responsive than usual?
I'm interested in low cuts now. It started with the Kobe's. I played ball in a pair of Kobe's.
They seem to be the trend.
Yeah. But and I tried a pair of Kobe's and they felt pretty good, and I didn't have no issue, God forbid. So the whole thing about wearing high tops to play ball to protect your ankle, kind of went out the window once I played ball, and I didn't have no issue in low tops. And they're making them pretty light. I heard James Harden shoes pretty light. So I'm interested in playing ball in them, but I wouldn't wear them. I wouldn't have any other use for them. So for that price, I
don't think I mentioned the price. By the way, they're $140 for the Harden Volume 1 shoes.
Yeah, I just figured that it was up there because
yeah, again, low tops are the trend, and now this price is kind of the trend point. Doug, what do you think of the Harden Volume 1 shoes?
I like the look, but if I were going to use them as casual shoes, I wouldn't use them for basketball. I know the trend is low cut for speed, but I don't quite trust it. But hey, to each your own. I like the shoe. I like that it's trying to do this Jordan thing where the front part of it is like white and then the rest of the shoe is another color. I don't
Sorry, did you say
quite
the
like
Jordan thing?
kind of. I'm not saying that it is exactly the Jordan. I'll say Jordan-esque, where a part of the shoe, yeah, a part of the shoe is one color, the rest of it is another color. Um,
Where have you seen
I,
that though? I don't think that. I look at this shoe and I don't recall any Jordan looking like that ever.
I think
well,
referring to the patent leather, the 11s.
The
the 12s
11?
have
Oh, the 12, the 12.
the 12s.
Mm.
Taxi.
Yeah, the 12s had a part of it that it was one color, and then the rest of the shoe was another color. But to get to the rest of my point, I don't like the shoelaces on the side. I don't get that much. I guess it's trying to go against the trend. It's a good looking shoe, not ideally for basketball, in my opinion, but it would look good with shorts and jeans. You can wear them as a casual shoe.
I think if you take those Nike the Indestructs that were nicknamed the Worm that had that
Yeah,
little zipper on it, and it
yeah,
came in that red, white, black colorway, and then you take those first D Wade Converse that had like the big white toe on them, you put those in a blender, right? And then
that's
pour
the
it up in
child
a
that came out of it.
cup and freeze it, and when you pull it out, it's gonna look like this hardened shoe. I do not like that big white toe on it. I've seen other colors, and the front just looks so plain. I guess that was the intention, but it looks so plain. And when you're playing basketball, one of the things you get most is people stepping on you, whether it be inadvertent or not. Um, and I feel like the moment that they get scuffed, like it's over. Like that shoe is ready to
Yeah,
go in the trash. For $140, I do not think that I would spend that money on it. Adidas has reached worldwide fame and notoriety because of um, they're heavy influenced by the soccer shoes, right? A lot of people wear these soccer cleats or soccer boots, as they call them, and
yeah,
it looks like that's transcending a little bit more into the basketball realm. But that being said, this looks like an awesome soccer shoe that they just happen to put like a rubber sole on it to make it equipped for basketball. But
yeah.
other than that, I don't like just about anything about the shoe. I'm unlike cousin Juan. I'm not a fan of James Harden, so I wouldn't run to the store just to get the James Harden's shoes. I think the only thing that this shoe has going for it is that it's not the Damian Lillard. Because if you've seen those ugly
Oh,
shits, those are some terrible goddamn shoes. I feel
yeah.
sorry for Damian Lillard whenever I see him out on the court for them. So that being said, in the right colorway, and maybe for no more than $80, I would, it would pique my interest. But at $140, there's so many other options. I would not look at this shoe to buy. So if the question is copper drop, that's a drop for JJ.
Uh, drop.
Oh damn, Dago looked like he was gonna say cop, and then he saw us drop, and he was like,
Yeah, no, because I thought about it. I thought about it. I mean, I would
yeah.
wait for it to be in a bargain bin and then I'd buy it for maybe less than
Yeah,
$80.
if you get one of those Marshall special where you just happen to be at one of those stores and it's there and you're like, I,
Hey.
I was looking for sneakers in this weird khaki Adidas colorway. Why the hell not? I'll get them for $60, but 140, I will pass on
That's too much.
that. All right, last week, Nike launched the LeBron limited edition. They call it the Zero Dark 30. It's a limited edition of the LeBron 14. It looks like he's using him in the playoffs, and it seems like LeBron wears a different color or colorway every single time that he plays a basketball game in the playoffs. I don't understand how many of these shoes you get to actually put out there for the entire public to wear, but With that being said, the LeBron 14s, they feature a 3-layer upper that provides ventilation, flexibility, and support. It has a midfoot strap for lockdown, also for people like me that don't like tying their shoes. Fly wire cables wrap the foot and work with the laces for lockdown and support. Full booty construction, booty, Botie, which means that it emulates a boot, not a butt. Construction provides an ideal one-to-one fit, molded heel padding cushions and the ankle and provide lock-in feel. Phylon midsole cushioning provide smooth, stable ride. The max volume Zoom Air unit provides more coverage under the heel and cushion against hard landings. 3 additional max Zoom Air units. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it has those bubbles that it had back in the LeBron 12s. That they had those hexagon things on the bottom. Those are pretty cool. Rubber outsole is more durable, and multi-directional traction pattern prevents slipping on the court because you don't want LeBron slipping. So I like the Nike LeBron 14s. I honestly think though that this it doesn't look like the line of signature shoe that he's been launching. It has more of a soldier feel to it. Like soldier is usually the not the signature, but kind of like the second line that LeBron launches, and usually the one that he wears in the playoffs. To me, it turns back the clock to maybe like a Soldier 2 or 3. I'm not really sure which one it is, but the one with the straps. And that being said, that's kind of the thing that I like. You find the right colorway that you enjoy, and you're good to go. Because then, what do you think about the LeBron 14?
Yeah, to answer or to address the comment you made about so many colorways, I believe that LeBron, the brand has reached the level that the Jordan brand has reached as he's playing. So now he's distributing to so many schools and players and different programs are purchase sneakers for their teams that they're coming out with so many colors. But,
I see a lot of players. I've seen players on the Spurs and a whole bunch of other teams wearing the Zoom Soldiers. Not so much the Nike LeBron signature shoe. Is that a contract thing? Like only he can wear them?
It might be. It
Not
might
exactly.
It might be a mental thing. Even though I see a couple players wear them, but
You've seen other players with the signature shoe, or I've seen the people with the Soldier ones. I think it was the Soldier 10s, which I like a lot. I like the Soldier 10 a lot more than I like the signature 14s.
Yeah, I like the Soldier 10s a lot too. I've seen a lot of people in the Soldier 10s, but I believe I've seen Danny Green in a pair of LeBrons.
Nah, I think he's wearing Soldiers.
No, not just this year. It's kind of been for a while. I think those are the sneakers he's always been playing basketball and
okay.
Well, and LeBron. If you noticed, even when he was on the Cavs.
All right. So what do you think about this sneaker in particular?
I would cop these.
You would cop it?
Yeah.
Okay. Doug, what you think?
I think the LeBron 14s overall, not just this particular release, they show LeBron's maturity in his 14th season as a player. You can see that as a compact shoe, it's straight for balling. It doesn't ball out. It's just a shoe that you know that you're going to wear in a basketball court. I think they did a switch, like you guys comment. You made a comment already. They switched. So what would look like the ball-out shoe, the attractive shoe, which is the Soldier 10s, I think they did a switch. So he uses what would have been the Soldier 10s as his 14s, and what would have been the 14s as the Soldier 10s. I like this shoe. It's rugged, and it looks like a tough shoe. I don't think I would wear them on the street, but I think they're perfect for basketball.
I'd wear them on the streets. I'd also, I think I'd wear them with shorts. They're not that bulky. I actually think the Soldier 10 is a lot higher on the ankle, and that would look kind of
Yeah.
weird if you walked around with those in shorts. But I would wear the 14s. I like that they're, I guess you call them rugged. They seem like a durable shoe. At the same time, they don't have so much excess. Something that the previous incarnations of the LeBrons, the 13s and the 12s, they had some of that foam posit in them, and they made them look like really round and bulky around the foot. This cuts
Yeah.
down on that. I guess another tendency in basketball now is to not only make your shoe uh, low cut, but at the same time make them lighter. And it's possible that having all that crap around the shoe made them a little bit heavier. So you want to reduce that as you get up there in age, Mr. Bron. Um, I like the Zoom Air all over the foot, all over the bottom of the foot. Um, for some reason, I grew up thinking that the Max Air, the big bubbles, were kind of the thing that made the shoe comfortable. But I'm growing to learn that the Zoom Air is actually a lot more comfortable, a lot more stable, and I feel like I could wear it for a lot longer. And it's not as showy as the Max Air. Also, you don't run the risk of stepping on a nail or a piece of glass and breaking them. So kudos to that. I really like. I'm a big fan of the Zoom Air. At $175, I could think of other things to do with that money, but nonetheless, if I had it, and if I didn't have it promised anything else, I would buy the LeBron 14s. So copper drop, JJ's copping. Dago?
Coppin.
I think Cousin Juan already said he would cop it too. All right, so we wanted to talk about the KDs, right?
The KD Elite.
Yeah, the KD9 Elites, but then I'm seeing now that they're advertising KD10s, and I think this is what he's wearing on the court now. They don't look that much different. I don't have the bio on them. Did you pull them up, Dago?
I'm trying to, but I think I saw a picture and I didn't like them that much because they look flat on the top. So it's like it's a shoe that you and I would wear because we have wide and flat feet. So it's perfect for us.
No, I don't have flat feet.
You don't? Well, I do.
No, my feet are
And
like the thing with my feet is my toes are all the same size essentially, but they're not flat. I have a super long arc.
okay. Well, they look like they look perfect for then people like me with flat feet, and they look comfortable. They look like they are using Flyknit, which is the material du jour. Let's call it that. And the
Wait,
laces.
doesn't the jour mean like of the day? So you're telling me that it's like the hot thing right now?
Yeah, it is. Flyknit is the hot thing right now.
Okay, but what's special about Flyknit?
It looks comfortable. It makes the shoe more breathable. It's
Lighter.
yeah, since it's not leather anymore, I mean you can bend them. It's not the material is not gonna be affected.
Oh, okay. So we're not getting creases in the shoes.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I could get with that. I don't like the KD shoe in particular. There's too much interweaving. They made it a point to show the Zoom Air. I like my Zoom Air to be concealed inside the shoe. I don't want that to be showing. The fact that they have it on the outside makes it look like really flat on the bottom. I have issues with shoes that are flat on the bottom. I tend to step on the edges too much and turn my ankle over and over and over. So I would prefer that they have, something for the arc of my foot, and then just have the zoom on the inside so that I'm not doing that. That little piece that they put on the ankle there, I'm not crazy about. I don't know why the heck they did that. And then the Elite Nines, they have like an even taller ankle,
Yeah.
where the Nike swoosh, rather than being like more horizontal, becomes more diagonal. And then they have this thing that I'm sure that it feels like a boot in the sense that you have it come all the way up your shin. I'm sure that at a point that's going to start rubbing on your shin and becoming like really uncomfortable. So it looks like you're only going to be able to wear that with like taller socks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that. Remember that you're eventually going to wear them with high socks, so that's not going to be that much of a
Uh,
bother for you.
all right, so if you're wearing them with high socks, you're pretty much killing the possibility of me walking around in the street with those. 'Cause I'm not wearing high socks and also shorts. Not a cholo. So, so I don't know under which circumstances I would ever wear the KDs. Cousin Juan, what do you think about the KD9 Elites?
I woke up. I kind of like. I'm a fan of those. Well, there's a colorways that I like. So I woke up.
Yeah, I like them better when they were more low cut. I don't know what he's trying to do here. Um, I don't
I
like the
think
shoe.
the KD10s went back to the low cut. Just FYI.
Well, lower, but they're not like low tops. And if they are, I mean, I guess I've only seen them in KD sizes, like a size 17 or whatever the hell he is. They they they
The
have a
shoe
thing
looks
of
like a boat.
Yeah, they have a thing about them, especially like with the zoom on the outside. The zoom, they have it broken up into three pieces, right? They have the heel, the toe, and then they have a middle portion. And
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to tell how big a person's foot is when you see that middle portion that looks like exaggeratedly long, and then you go like, oh damn, this guy looks like fucking Sideshow Bob with those big ass feet.
Exactly. It
So
looks like a clown shoe. I get that.
yeah, I don't know that I would mess with those. Um,
Yeah, in huge sizes, it doesn't look like a flattering shoe because I mean, it's just like you said, they look like clown shoes. I mean, the guy would look like he would have a boat for feet, so that's not particularly good. So one thing I'm noticing about the KD10s also is that the shoelaces come like from almost from the sole, like from the sides. So I don't know if you like that. I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know how much it would secure your foot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not crazy about the pattern in general, just the stuff on the outside. Flyknit is cool, but I'm more of a fan of Flyknit when it comes to running shoes. When it comes to the KD shoes, and at 170 bucks retail, that's a drop for me. I'm not buying those.
Yeah, I would cop them if they were in a bargain bin, but for 175, I'm not giving that out. No.
Oh, all right, so it looks like Cousin Juan went solo on the cop side. All right, so we're gonna end this review on the ZO2 Prime by Lonzo Ball. This shoe made a huge splash in the internet community by announcing that it would retail for $495. For average shoes, big and tall sizes go for $695 for those big ballers with big feet. There's a ZO2 Prime and there's also a ZO2 Wet. What's the difference, you ask? If you buy the ZO2 Wet, these are autographed versions of the Lonzo Ball signature shoe. Those would retail for $995, $1,195 for the big and tall version. Did I lose Dago? What's going on there?
No, no, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right, you're back.
Yeah.
So so $995 for regular sizes and $1,195 for the big and tall. I do not understand why the hell I would buy this in my size if I'm never going to wear it. It comes in like a plastic display case. Not plastic isn't the word. It's more of acrylic enclosure, and it comes signed. So why buy this in my size and pay an extra $200 if I'm never going to put these on? I mean, if you get a shoe autograph, you're not wearing this out on the street anywhere.
I
The
mean,
shoe in general has a lot
things
of
we've seen
inspired
before.
characteristics. It feels like it's kind of a really expensive yet payless version of the Kobe 10s. The ZO2 represents the natural evolution of athletic culture, according to LeVar Ball. The ZO2 is the embodiment of countless hours of dedication and hard work on and off the court. Lonzo Ball and the Big Baller brand are on a journey to change the game forever with each pair of ZO2s.
Wait. Hold on.
Yes,
Did
sir.
they say that the shoe looks it emulates a lot of hours of hard work? Because
Yep.
this shoe right here looks like a bad marriage between a Kobe and some Adidas, regular ass Adidas. So that's really bad work.
And don't forget that they also have the signature slides that sell for $220. A lot of people like to mention that. I think Packy brought it up in in our episode there. Um, any darn way, I like the shoe. I like it in large part because I like the Kobe 10s, the retirement ones that he had that were black
Yeah,
featuring a lot of gold.
yeah.
So that being said, guys, give me your opinions on the ZO2s. Parting from the fact that we have the money to buy this shoe. If you have it, would you buy it?
I'm buying them.
I'm
You
not
are.
buying.
All right. Well, give me the logic behind this, cousin Juan.
I'm buying them. Since you said we got the money to do it within the budget, might as well take a shot. You never know. What if this kid ends up living up to the hype? And
Yeah, but if he lives up to the hype, then do you want the regular shoe or do you want the signed one and just kind of keep it for posterity for when he blows up?
Yeah, I'm getting the signed one.
Okay.
Yeah.
that only makes sense. Yeah, get the signed one. Never put the shit on.
They're not as special. There's nothing special about them for me to purchase this shoe to wear them. If I wanted this kind of look, I would just get the Kobe 10s, like you said.
Yeah, you know what I don't like about people talking about the shoe, telling me all this crap. It's ugly, it's this, it's that, or the other. I wouldn't buy this just because I don't know Big Baller Brand and I do know Nike. I could get similar Kobe's like you said for maybe $180, or if you find them in one of those smaller mom and pop shops, they still go for like 200 something. But definitely less than the $495 that they're asking for the ZO2s. So sorry. With all that being said, man, like I'm buying this shoe just because of the look. I have no idea what the technology is behind it.
Okay.
Doug, what you think about the ZO2s?
I think I already gave my thoughts. Like I said, and I'll repeat. They look like a bad marriage between Kobe's and some regular Adidas that you would find in the catalog. I understand what LeVar is trying to do. He's trying to build a brand. He's trying to get himself out there. I just don't think with this logo that looks like some dude in 6th grade design, he's gonna get anywhere. The shoe looks good. It doesn't look $495 good. It looks.
I think it looks good for the most part. The logo is probably one of the things I don't like about him at all. Like that is an awful looking logo. That Big Baller Brand, the 3 and then 2 B's on it.
Yeah. If you wanted to go with a logo, he should have gone with the ZO2 logo he put on the back of the shoe. That looks better than that triple B thing he's trying to do.
I agree.
And I don't know. It's trying to use a lot of elements. I mean, if there's a close-up, I just looked up on Google. The close-up looks like a crocodile shoe.
Yeah,
so
it looks like.
You're trying to emulate like you're a pimp or something? Because if that's what you're trying to go for, I mean, you're trying just to bring back to the 2003.
It's rumpled leather. It looks like it's made out of like you took a couple of snakes and turned them into shoes.
Yeah, no, that's not. It's not the thing for me, and especially when Flyknit is out now. Flyknit is the thing. I mean, try to get the advantage and try to ride the wave and do something along the lines. It would look more appealing. I mean, everybody's going lighter, so why make a shoe that would make you think that you're gonna go bowling? So that's another angle I'm looking on the shoe. I mean, it looks like I'm gonna go pro bowling or something.
Remember, cousin Juan, remember in the early 2000s when everybody had those Prada shoes that had that little like red stripe on the back? That's kind of what I think this is hinting at, but in the shape of a basketball shoe. But I think they severely missed their mark with that. I like the design of the shoe. I'm not a fan of the logo. I'm also not a fan. I mean, as a consumer, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this pre-order situation. Now, as a businessman, this is absolutely genius. Give me your money now. I will
And I
make
will
the
listen.
shoe your size. I will send this shoe to you. I lose absolutely nothing. I am not making extras so that they somehow end up in a bargain bin or that they
Yeah.
end up in Foot Locker's 30% off section. This
I
shoe
mean,
is going to be made to order. If you are a size 14, don't worry about it. I got you. I'll go ahead and make them for you. And if somehow, you're a size 14 when you're 14 years old and 6 months later, by the time you get the shoe, they don't fit, you're assed out, buddy. But there is absolutely no loss. And by you
there's
coming
the,
out on the internet and saying, you want this shoe? You want to be a big baller? Well, give me $495. This was commented on every single sports outlet that I can think of. It was even on ABC, Good Morning America. It was everywhere. This guy saved absolutely all of the money that it takes for marketing. He basically, got a free Super Bowl commercial. Like, whatever it would have taken him to pay in advertising, he got it all for free just by saying
yeah.
on Instagram, here's my shoe, $495. Talk about me.
On the business front, he's doing great. I mean, he's getting people to talk about him. ESPN is giving him free publicity. The thing is that
It feels like he's on First Take almost every day. He should be like a permanent co-host.
oh man, I don't know how ESPN wouldn't blow up with Stephen A. Smith and LeVar Ball like going at each other.
Stephen A. and LeVar Ball, man, they go at it all the time. Max Kellerman is just sitting there like, man, these free checks look good. He doesn't have to
For
say
real.
anything. He just sits back and gets paid.
Yeah, but on
free checks.
the honest note, I mean, I don't know. I don't like the shoe. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to do this thing where his brand is more, it's like a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce makes like custom cars, and it's only just made for you.
Tell me more.
Yeah, and this is what they're trying to do. This is what they're trying to emulate. I mean,
This is definitely a show about Rolls Royces. Guy, hurry up. Get to your point.
yeah, that's what he's trying to do. I mean, I'm premium. I'm the premium thing. You pay me $495. I pay. You get a shoe that's made just for you. How you like it, your size, and whatever your specifications. I don't know how far he's trying to go.
All right,
I'm copping for the possibility that this kid ends up being somebody, and this shoe ends up being worth than what I paid for it.
at the very least. Hey, man. I mean, if right now, if we got a shoe signed by Brian Scalabrine, is it not worth something? I'm being totally serious. Like, isn't Scalabrine a champion? Didn't he win with Boston?
He's more of like a fan favorite. That's like his.
He's like a lovable underdog. Scalabrine, by the way, is going to be in that that 3-ball thing that's going to be happening, that Ice Cube thing. He's one of the featured players. I think he's the team captain, actually.
That's what's up.
Scalabrine is going to live on forever, man, in the hearts of every NBA fan.
He said that in an interview, like years from now, when his nephews asked him, like, "What did you do when you was young?"
I was the Red Mamba.
Exactly. And then, I mean, he made himself a legend, so that's good. So I don't know. I mean,
the White Mamba. I'm sorry. I thought he was a Red Mamba.
Red Bonner.
Yeah, Matt Bonner.
Oh my God, the guys that we ended up talking about on this show. All right, guys. So there's so much more to come. There's so many directions we could take this. When we sit down and start talking about sneakers, the conversation can go on and on and on. Cousin Juan is he's a witness to what happens in our cousins chat, man. We just show a picture, and we can go for hours talking about that, like detail for detail, colorway for colorway. I like this one over that one. Adidas, Reebok, Nike, Asics, Saucony, whatever. It's just a fun topic. So I hope this is an episode that a lot of people like, that the people tune into. And if you like this, we'll be bringing you more of this for sure. We'll keep this for now in a special edition sort of situation. We won't do it weekly, but we'll give you more sneaker pods in the future. In the meantime, where can people find you guys?
You can catch me on Instagram at SoLoyalMingo. Sorry about that. And also on Instagram at So Loyal Clothing Inc. Sorry about that. Also check out my podcast at TLC Podcast on Instagram and the Report Card Podcast on Facebook.
Google the report card and just drop in a Mingo in there. It'll take you right in there.
Yeah.
The report card. I'm not taking absolutely any credit for it. This is not my podcast, but it's a podcast that I've been following since its grassroots, and I definitely recommend it to you people that like music, like urban music, want to stay up to date. Weed out the bad apples and focus on listening to some good music. Follow the report card on all of the social media mediums that you can find it. Instagram, Google's, Facebook's, iTunes, SoundClouds, all that other stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and Cousin Juan, we'll catch you on the chat side. Dago, where can people catch you, man?
Yeah, I must be the weirdest guy with social media in the planet because I have Instagram and I have Twitter and I have Facebook, but I use Instagram for just to look at memes and shoes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But
Well, when I put out this episode, I'm going to share it with you, and I hope that you push it forward, so fans of the Dago brand can tune in and listen to Sneakerpod, and if they're interested in my zany antics, they can follow me on the Unofficial Commentators.
Hopefully, my brand is gonna have a better looking logo than this big ball thing. But my you can add me at AstroFunk. That's ASTROPHUNQ. Both Instagram and Twitter.
Could you somehow make this shit more complicated? All right, you can follow me on the Unofficial Commentators. We're on Google, Unofficial Commentators at gmail.com. You can also Google us. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Unofficial Commentators. UC_podcast is where you catch us on Twitter. We're Unofficial Commentators on Instagram. So, guys, those are our plugs. That was Sneakerpod, volume number 1. Hopefully, it recorded well this time. We're praying to the sneaker gods to let us put it out there, and that'll be our initial project. There'll be more to come. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Before we leave, because I think we left out a shoe. Paul George, Copper Drop.
I like it. I would cop it.
Agree.
All right.
And since we're on the topic, no, come on, we got to go. We went a little long. This was supposed to be a shorter podcast, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about. Like I said, it gets out of our hands when we talk sneakers. So, catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah.